nobody really understands what is going on anymore between Morris Sam and Pearl Watts, because every single time people think the whole conversation has finally calmed down, another small moment appears, and suddenly everybody starts talking again like something serious just happened behind the scenes. And this time it all started because of one tiny clip that honestly looked normal at first until fans watched it again and again, and began noticing how comfortable Morris Sam looked around Pearl Watts. And once people started noticing it, nobody could unsee it anymore because the energy in that clip looked way too natural, way too smooth, and way too familiar for people to ignore. Especially the way Morris kept smiling without even trying to hide it, while Pearl Watts looked completely relaxed around him, like they had been around each other forever. And now Nollywood fans are once again losing their minds trying to explain what exactly is happening between these two every single time they appear together, because the reactions online have become louder than anybody expected, and honestly the funniest part is that the clip itself was not even dramatic. It was just a simple moment. But somehow the smallest moments always end up creating the biggest conversations whenever Morris Sam and Pearl Watts are involved, and fans are now saying Morris Sam has become too comfortable around Pearl Watts because the way he acts around her no longer feels stiff or forced like normal co-stars trying to behave professionally. Instead, everything between them looks easy, natural, and dangerously soft in a way that keeps feeding people's imagination non-stop. And now everybody is overanalyzing every smile, every stare, every laugh and every tiny interaction between them because once fans notice chemistry, there is absolutely no going back from it. And that is exactly what has happened here because people are now convinced that these two have the kind of connection that cannot be hidden no matter how hard anybody tries to act normal. And what made things even crazier was the way viewers reacted after replaying the clip multiple times, because the more people watched it, the more details they started finding, especially Morris Sam's facial expressions whenever Pearl Watts spoke, because fans are saying that man looked way too focused on her, and now people cannot stop talking about how soft his energy becomes anytime she is around. And honestly, this is not even the first time this has happened, because fans have already been noticing this strange comfort level between them for a while now. But somehow this recent moment completely restarted the conversation all over again, and now the internet is acting like it just discovered something brand new. And you already know how Nollywood fans behave once they find a favourite duo, because at that point, every little thing becomes a full discussion, and every random interaction suddenly starts feeling important. And that is exactly why this one small clip managed to keep people talking all night, because nobody expected such a tiny moment to explode this much again, especially after things had already calmed down recently. But now the conversations are back stronger than ever because people are saying the chemistry between Morris Sam and Pearl Watts keeps becoming more obvious every single time they appear together. And what is making fans even more restless is how effortless everything looks between them, because sometimes chemistry in movies can feel forced or exaggerated, but this one feels too easy, like two people who genuinely enjoy each other's company without even trying too hard. And fans are now saying that Morris Sam behaves differently around Pearl Watts compared to how he behaves around other actresses, because the comfort level looks unusually natural, and that alone has become enough to keep everybody talking non-stop. And some viewers are even joking that Morris Sam looks like somebody who completely forgets cameras are around whenever Pearl Watts is near him, because his reactions look too genuine to people. And honestly, that is exactly why fans cannot calm down, because once viewers start believing that moments are real, the obsession becomes 10 times bigger, and now every appearance from these two instantly turns into another trending discussion, because people are watching them closer than ever before, waiting for another tiny moment to overanalyze all over again. And the funniest thing is that nobody can even agree on what exactly is causing this reaction, because some people think it is simply strong acting chemistry, while others are convinced there is something deeper hidden inside all these interactions. But regardless of what anybody believes, one thing everybody agrees on is that Morris Sam and Pearl Watts somehow know how to keep people interested without even doing too much. And that alone is why fans keep returning to the conversation every single time another clip surfaces, because it feels like there is always something new to notice between them. And this latest moment especially has people talking, because Morris Sam looked way too relaxed beside Pearl Watts in a way that viewers found impossible to ignore. And once fans started posting reactions, the whole thing quickly turned into another full Nollywood discussion, with people arguing over whether fans are overthinking everything or whether the chemistry is genuinely impossible to deny. And honestly, the reactions became even crazier, because everybody suddenly started bringing up older moments between them again, comparing expressions, comparing body language, and comparing scenes like investigators trying to solve a mystery nobody fully understands. And now people are saying that every time Morris Sam and Pearl Watts trend together, it somehow feels bigger than the last time because the fan reactions keep getting more intense with every new moment that appears. And the craziest part is how something so small managed to create this much noise again. Because normally a simple clip should disappear after a few hours, but instead this one kept growing because viewers could not stop replaying it and talking about Morris Sam's behavior around Pearl Watts. And honestly, fans are completely convinced that the comfort between these two has now reached another level, because people are saying you cannot fake that kind of relaxed connection repeatedly without viewers eventually noticing it. And now the conversation has become one of those Nollywood moments that everybody suddenly has an opinion about, because some people think fans are reading too deeply into harmless interactions, while others are convinced the chemistry between Morris Sam and Pearl Watts is simply too powerful to ignore anymore. And at this point, every tiny thing they do together automatically becomes another trending discussion, because fans are now paying attention to literally everything. From the way they laugh together to the way Morris Sam reacts anytime Pearl Watts says something unexpectedly funny, and honestly it is becoming impossible for people to stay calm whenever these two appear in the same space, because one random clip is all it takes to restart the entire conversation from the beginning again. And now fans are saying this latest moment proves that Morris Sam has become extremely comfortable around Pearl Watts in a way nobody expected would become this noticeable. And whether people admit it or not, the reactions surrounding these two have now grown into one of those Nollywood conversations that refuse to disappear, because every single new moment somehow creates another wave of excitement all over again.